Hi, my name is Alan Armand. I am 36 years old. Um, I'm black, Haitian descent. Occupation, attorney by training. I did financial services in Washington, D.C. for a while after law school before I got down to Fort Lauderdale, where I practiced law, immigration law mostly, maritime law, some corporate law. and I did that for a while until I started going down to Haiti to run a cargo ship. Ran a cargo ship out of Miami down to Haiti, British Virgin Islands, Exuma, um, St. Martin, a whole bunch of places. Best time of my life. You're on this little cargo ship and you're setting up the next deal, just running cement or whatever it is anywhere around there, around the countryside, around the islands, the Caribbean. That was great. I don't mind traveling, obviously. I get up the mountains. I've got my little spots in various mountains where the donkey passes down in Haiti, because most of the work that I did was out in the countryside. I love that kind of thing. I love the kind of knowledge that exists out there, the knowledge that's based on time and watching and understanding what's happening. Um, so that's basically what I do now. A consultant or real relief worker, nonprofit worker in Haiti. Uh, Probably want to cut right here. Okay, how would my friends and most strident critics describe me? Well, my friends and critics describe me as crazy because of the choices that I've made in my life regarding how I want to live my life, which is not standard. That is to say, I'm not the type of guy who's going to sit behind a desk all the time. I found these opportunities to create something in Haiti, and I went after it. Very much enjoyed that. To me, being out there is a justification, and I think about it. I think about, wow, these people are saying I should be sitting behind a desk, and meanwhile I'm on a pristine beach, that's only accessible by boat, eating coconuts and lobster, and somehow I'm supposed to be, angry with my life choices, when that's my situation. Uh, no, I enjoy that, and they think I'm crazy. So there are people saying, "Oh, you need to create, more stability." You know, I think people would say, the guy is a good guy. He's just, off the beaten path a little bit. I don't think anybody's going to say I'm an evil person. I'm passionate about things, and that's not for everybody. So, I think that's what it is. So. Sometimes they're right. It seems, when you can't find the next consulting contract, but when you're out there, you get high off that breeze brushing against your skin or dumping in that crystal clear water. I was brought up in Fort Lauderdale, probably middle class. My parents are both professionals. I was into languages and into languages in school, uh, advanced placement classes, that kind of thing. You know, Neighborhood with people getting their lawns mowed, if that's middle class. I worked. I worked in a shoe shop. I sold shoes. I did all kinds. I waited on tables, bus tables. So I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth. My parents, at least my dad, didn't believe in that. Um, Best and worst qualities. I don't know when to stop. I'm still looking for stuff. I'm looking for things. I'm looking for meaning in this life. And some would say, hey, you're a professional. You got this law degree. Get a job, get behind a desk. They're probably right. But, I can't seem to stop. I can't, getting out there, getting on a plane, is an amazing thing to me. Looking down at the earth, landing somewhere different. I just came back from picking up a truck in Kansas. I transferred in Dallas, and Dallas is a different country. It's still in the United States, but it's a different country. Uh, Kansas was a different place. I stopped in Kansas City, Manhattan, St. Louis, Nashville, Atlanta. These are different places. Even here inside the United States, we've got just a different mix of cultures and people who are out there, and getting into those kinds of situations is like getting high for me. I get there and I watch, and I try to understand how people are operating in different places. I think it's the Buddhist that said there's beauty in everything if you watch it. Have I traveled outside the United States? Yes. I've been to Africa mostly, and the Caribbean. So that's St. Martin, Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, which is in the United States, uh, Ecuador, Venezuela, Brazil, Mexico, um, Benin, Senegal, Mali, um, Paris, France, the only place I've been in Europe, and that's all I can remember right now. And I need to add a lot more of that. I'm behind the curve. I'm supposed to get a country knocked out for every year of my life, and that's not that. I need to knock out a whole lot before then. Uh, Growing up in the South Florida, it was okay. You kind of have your hick thing going on in Davie, and you had your Cuban thing going on and your Haitian thing going on. Now I went away to school, came back. There are a lot more Central Americans, Russians, those kinds of things. But it's not as diverse as D.C. or New York. Maybe I'm just I'm caught up in the kind of Caribbean cultures that are here, and the pre-Caribbean cultures that are here, if you will, and so it's the same to me. But I guess it's getting better. But definitely New York. I mean, Dallas was great. Been to San Francisco. These are different places. Different places that really call to somebody who appreciates just being immersed in different kinds of cultures. Even when a lot of Americans, or a lot of second generation Americans like I am, or first generation, I should say. And all these things that bring different flavor to life. If you could stand to appreciate them. I'm the type of guy who'll go anywhere and eat anything that somebody else is eating. The way I figure it, if it's not killing them, it's not going to kill me. So it merits being tried. So when I'm in a space where I can do that every night, that's a good space for me. Yes, I consider myself cultured, uh, just because of the way my parents raised me. We traveled. We went to plays, learned languages. Uh, you know, Went to restaurants, eating all kinds of food. My dad speaks 7 languages, so it was kind of like a basic minimum. You always look through the picture books for my parents, even before they had a family, and it's Greece, it's Asia, it's China, it's wherever. So it was kind of like this idea that we were supposed to understand and deal with what's going on in the world. And then when we were kids, we lived in Haiti for a year. When my parents were trying to go back there after the despot wasn't there anymore. And that was a whole kind of big thing, and it was great for us. We loved it. At least me and my sister did anyway. It didn't last long, but it was a good experience. Place I'd love to visit. I'd love to visit Mongolia. I think Mongolia is interesting to me because Genghis Khan came from there, and and something in those plains uh, birthed one of the greatest cultures that ever was on the planet, and I'm very interested in that. I'd love to go to China. Many parts of China. China's got a bunch of cultures in it. Just to see what's going on there. India is something that is extremely attractive to me. I want to go to India. I love Indian food. I want to eat Indian food. I want to see some of the